Hi, it's us again. It's been a while again.
We haven't killed each other.
No,
We
we're
haven't
still
given
here.
up, but we were still doing this.
We're still doing it.
Still reselling.
Yeah. So apologies yet again.
Another apology. We're so sorry we've been away. We haven't been away.
Well, we haven't been away.
Beavering away.
That's
Haven't
it.
we? Been busy bees.
Busy bees. That's it.
And
But,
it is difficult to find the time, isn't it, to do what is essentially our hobby, isn't it, with YouTube? We love making the videos.
we do love making the videos, and unfortunately, it's as we said many times before, it is a bit of a time zap, and we've been concentrating on other things as well.
Sometimes work just gets in the way. It really takes us away from doing YouTube.
Work is a right pain, honestly. If we didn't have to work, it would be fine, wouldn't it?
It'd be great, wouldn't it? We just do YouTube all the time. But no, this is how it is. We started this year, for those of you that have been long time Emsdeners, we started the year with a clear focus, didn't we?
We did.
A clear focus, which was to sell more high valued items.
Yes.
That's been what it's all been about this year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Buying something and selling it for more money, trying to get our average price to over £20. I think back in January, it's about 13
About 13-ish, something like that. It was, so that's not really great for an average selling price, really.
We wanted more.
It's best, it's get that as high as possible.
Yes, and what we sort of found is that a lot of the problems with what we were doing was sort of us, because we're a little bit cautious when it comes to spending our money. We spent far too long buying 50p and pound items. And what we've been doing recently, really pushing ourselves to buy more high value items. So instead of spending £1, spending £5 and turning it into £30 or £40. That's what we're sort of trying to do, aren't we?
That's it. Yes, it's
easier said than done, though, isn't it?
It is easier said than done. But you've got to have a good mixture, haven't you? That's the thing of higher and lower.
Yes,
but we had way too many lower, didn't we?
Yes, and I think it's like anything. Last year we didn't do boot sales, did we, in the summer, because we had a ban on buying anything. This year we've gone full at it.
We've gone the other way now, haven't we? We're thinking, no, we've got to get out there.
To other boot sales, as much as we love our local Bridge Mary Gosport car boot sale, there is a bit of an issue there with buying and the distance to the car.
Yes, with bulky items, it can. I mean, you can leave your stuff, go and get your car, bring it round and all this, but it's a bit of a faff when you're, say, partially through the boot sale, especially some of the stuff that we buy, you're partially through it. You've then got to really walk all that way back, which can take a while, then come all the way back in and continue where you left off. And sometimes, as we've done at other boot sales, we're back to and fro from the car. Can't talk today. A few times, and at Bridge Mary, that can be a bit of a problem.
Yes, and we've also been trying to get ourselves a bit fitter so that we can do these back and forwards things. And
you can't talk either.
I can't talk. We've only had the one coffee. We thought, no, have the coffee after we've made the video.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
How many times have we said we shouldn't do that?
No.
So we've been to Ashley Heath this summer, haven't we? We've been doing 3 or 4 trips back to the car, filling up with bigger stuff as well, which always goes down well with Paul, because he loves it when he goes back to the what we call the van, our Ford Galax. And then he comes back and I go, I've just bought a couple of chairs. He loves it. So it was definitely keeping us fit in the summer.
Yes.
But we've not been since August.
Yeah.
We've been buying more at auction because we've moved into some other sort of things. But we thought we would catch you up on what we've been doing this summer.
Yes, just to let you know. We are trying to, work in videos, but it's very, very, very tricky, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And so we're going forwards. We're hoping we're going to try and do some more. Just while I remember, can you just whip and give us a thumbs up now? It does help the video out.
We need all the help we can get.
Please.
And we have noticed recently that we've been getting more subscribers when we haven't made the videos.
So we're thinking, why are we making videos? We were gaining subscribers for no reason.
It's weird, isn't it? Really, people don't want us to make the videos.
Anyway.
But we thought we'd take you through some of the things, because we are everything resellers, which you'll see we've got a really varied cross-section.
Anything and everything. If there's good profit in it, we'll sell it.
We've got things here from boot sales, from auction, from we've even
charity
sneaked in a couple of charity shop ones. Not that we buy much from charity shops, but we have recently looked, haven't we? So we did buy a couple of bits.
Yes.
So we thought we'd put those in and take you through sort of what we've been buying and selling. These were all fairly recent. So do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Sorry, glasses on again. Are we up here? No, hang on, we're down here. Sorry.
I'll put something you'd like on your side.
So a Sony micro hi-fi system. I do try to look out for this sort of thing. Generally, £5 to £10. You might get them for-ish. Yeah. A well-known brand is good. We paid £7 for this system, and it sold for £45, which pretty good. That's the sort of, we're aiming for much more profit, because like I say, you take all your fees into consideration, everything, promoted listings, everything. When everything comes out, you've got to make sure you've got a nice little chunk for yourself, so it's worthwhile.
That's it. And this sort of highlights that we are trying our best to spend more, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And which leads me nicely, the seamless link onto the wicker shelf unit that some of you may have seen in a previous video back in the summer. Yeah. Where Paul had already been loaded up like a cart horse, and I said, "Hon, I really like that shelf unit."
No, you don't. No, you don't.
The man put it on his roof, and then we struggled, didn't we, to try and get it all back to the car.
Yeah, it wasn't just that. I think, was that the day we had lights and all sorts?
All sorts. All heavy stuff, all big.
And that was at Bridge Mary.
We take our
of course, it's quite a walk back to the car.
Yeah, we take our granny trolleys, but ultimately, most of what we buy doesn't fit in them.
No.
So it's just the way it goes. Yeah. They're good for speakers, though, aren't they? We've shot
we've had a few
of them. Speakers.
They are, but
anyway, back to this wicker shelf unit, because some of you might have thought, blimey, they've gone mad there. They spent £15. That's the most I think I've spent on one item at a boot sale. £15.
It's a wicker item.
It's wicker, and we put it up quite high, but we did get £165 for that. So yay! Paul can't moan about wicker ever again, because we made quite a sizable profit on that.
Well, I don't know about never again, but...
And you weren't that keen when you had to package it up, if I remember rightly.
Unfortunately, this was one of the ones that was borderline could be posted via normal means like parcel force sort of thing, and you have to get it right. And I'm not a fan of wrapping stuff in cardboard.
It wasn't a fun day here at MGen headquarters, I can tell you that. But
we did it. It went for very good money. So that's the sort of profit we need.
That's what we want.
Anyway, I've got a Rockburn guitar amp, which we bought from a boot sale. Paid £5 for that. I do like picking up that sort of thing, little amps. Generally, we won't pay more than a £5.
No, normally a £5, I think.
I might stretch a little bit more, but it's depending on the make. But obviously, from a boot sale, it might not be working, so you have to take that into consideration. And we sold it for $32.99, which again, good profit. That's what we're after.
Well, I've got here a Kinsella 1910s cricketing figure spill vase. Don't really know what a spill vase is, but we'll gloss over that. This is one of these things with reselling, is sometimes you can just get really lucky, and we buy random auction lots, normally for around about the £10 mark. We're a bit tight with our money. And this just happened to be shoved in the bottom of a box. It's very old. Yeah. It's only 50p by the time I'd worked everything out. And it sold for £45. How lucky were we?
I know. That's
just
fantastic.
how it goes. And for it being that old, no damage at all.
Yeah.
No damage at all. You can't believe it, can you?
No, I know. That's fantastic. But yep, I've got a vintage framed advertising poster.
That was that sort of one that was in that wooden frame. Looked a bit like circusy.
Oh, yes. I know what one now. Yes, auction. Circusy, yeah.
It's not even a word.
No. Auction, we paid £1 and 2p. Again, what we do with auction, we split it out, don't we? We got an auction lot, we split the cost over all the items that we're going to sell
so
on.
we know per piece.
So per piece, so £1 2p, and sold it for £34.
I know, it was nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to this Searchlight 3-light Fisherman 2 style ceiling light, which is one of my brave buys from the boot sale. Didn't really know anything about lighting, but I saw it there. I thought, well, that was quite nice. It was £5 and we sold it for £35. Paul wasn't so keen with the carrying all around the boot sale of it, but it did do well, didn't it?
It did do well. I mean, I'm trying to remember what one that was, but
it was that one with the like domed bits,
yeah,
like a 3-arm thing.
Yeah,
it was nice, but it was wide, wasn't it?
Sometimes I do feel when I'm packing, I know you can't be over careful with packing, but sometimes I do feel I probably pack it a bit too well, because it does take a long time.
I know,
but they all get there safely, which is the main thing.
And really, we should
use a lot of bubble wrap.
We do, and we should highlight that, because with the buying of more expensive things can sometimes come the added cost of packaging.
Yeah.
Because we've been buying things like speakers need to be bubble wrapped well. Things like picture frames. We bought quite a lot of picture frames this year. They also need a lot of bubble wrap. So there is sort of more of a cost there.
Yes.
Run out of breath then.
Yeah.
So yes, that's something to bear in mind with some of these items.
It is, yeah, definitely. Next one, I've got a halogen tripod work light. It's a 400-watt one. Now, I got this free from my dad.
We love free stuff. It's our favourite type of stuff, isn't it?
It is, yes. And we got £20 for that. So, any of your families, they're chucking stuff out, or they just want to get rid of stuff, have a look through first.
Yeah, and this is the great thing. People do want to sort out, don't they?
Excuse me.
And they don't want to go to the tip, because sometimes you have to pay to dump stuff at the tip. Yep. They don't want to do boot sales because it's,
they vultures. Yeah, that's it. And some people, they just want shot of something.
Want it clear
they want it gone, want it, that's it, clear out. And and that's what this was. And you didn't want it anymore.
To be honest with you, it's not easy to donate stuff to a charity shop these days. They've always got signs on saying they're full up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just find it difficult to get rid of stuff. So we're always willing to take on free stuff, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're taking on for the team.
We are.
So let's have a look. What have I got here? I've got something free as well, because you've done your dad. I'm doing my parents now. My lovely parents donated this vintage oval metal frame beveled edge mirror with chain. It was gorgeous.
It was very nice. Again, I did quite like that.
We've been a little bit better this year at taking a bit of a chance. We wouldn't normally. I'm a little bit superstitious. I don't want to be shipping mirrors, but
pictures and mirrors.
Yeah,
anything that had
been better, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. I was always afraid that stuff is going to get smashed. And,
and mirrors. I don't want 7 years of bad luck, but I sort of think once it's left our house in a good condition,
nothing to do with us.
It's someone else's bad luck. That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
So it was free. Thank you very much, and we sold it for £40.
Yeah, fantastic. I got 5. What's that? JS Prout.
I know.
Framed prints.
These were all individual ones, listed individually from all of our frames we've been buying.
Yeah, and somebody wanted 5 of them. So the auction total was £5.10p for all 5. And we sold them for a total of £100.
It was a good day here at
That was a very good day.
Not when Paul was wrapping it, because it was 5 frames.
It was 5 frames, but if I remember rightly, they were smaller frames, so I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
It's the larger ones that you feel that there's more chance of.
You always worry,
damage,
what if one of them gets smashed?
Yeah,
it's a bit of a faff then, can't it?
It can be, but
it got there okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Now, I've got something that I bought at auction. There was only 2 or 3 items in the lot, and I bought it mainly because of this, because I wanted to keep it. But it's like anything, you can't keep everything. And I said to Paul, if that's not gone by Christmas, I'm going to use it as a hot chocolate station. Do you remember?
So I did my best to sell it.
You did, and you sold it really quickly as well. I was fuming. So it's a vintage hostess trolley. I wanted to use it at Christmas as well.
I'm sorry.
It was £9.90, and we sold it for £49.99. So I still can't wrap. I've just been moaning.
You have, yeah. And I didn't like wrapping that either.
No, you didn't have a fun time with that. But
it's like anything. There's good profit in that, but I think it was a bit too big. for a hot chocolate station sort of thing.
Yeah,
I think
really
it was a bit too big.
Round
so
glass one, like like a little brass glass top.
Yeah, but
anyway, the chance of coming across that is slim.
It is, yeah.
But yes, we were pleased. Well, one of us was pleased when it went.
Well, yes. Right, so my next one is some phones, some cordless phones, BT Premium Twin Digital phones. And these come from a boot sale. When I had a look at them, they looked brand new, and they basically haven't been used, and the seller confirmed that they've just never been used. Everything still had the battery tabs in, so I'm no doubt everything and the film and everything. So sorry, I'm waffling.
No, you're right.
I'm really sat there going,
I'm like, hurry up, I've got to come and tell you about my next one.
Anyway, boot sale, £4 I paid for it and sold it for £60.
Woo!
Yay.
That's really good.
Again, with that sort of thing, try and go for a well-known brand. And if it looks well used, then more than likely the batteries are not going to be that good, so you have to replace them.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Have I got something else to say to stop you?
No, I'm very excited to tell you about this one because some people may have noticed that I quite like wicker items, but this is something I've
You know what? You haven't got on.
No, I haven't got my badge on, have I?
Again.
Badge on. This is something I've always wanted to pick up but never seen, and we saw one at Ashley Heath. This is a vintage wicker rattan fishing creel, so like a fishing basket. It was a little bit rough, wasn't it?
It was very rough.
It was £4. But we still got $49.99 for it, even in its rough state. It was very
cool. I like that as well.
It was lovely,
and
I don't want to sell it.
No, that's it. Quite rare, I think.
Yes,
it's difficult.
I've never ever seen one out in the wild. So I was very pleased to see it, and it's like anything. You want to keep everything, but you can't.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to be able to handle it and learn a bit about it. That's what I like, the learning.
Yeah, no, and it's great. It's great to know the value of that.
You've got something that we never sell. It's not our sort of thing, is it?
No, I've got a Nintendo Wii bundle. We don't sell gaming stuff generally. We've done the odd bits, but I think the last Wii bundle we did was probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah, we don't really actively source gaming. We don't really. I sort of feel we're a little bit too old.
I think
to
because
know about that sort of thing.
We liked games when we were younger, but we weren't fully, I would say, really into it.
No,
and not like some people are. So of course, for us, yes, we remember them, but we were never fully into
rubbish. It. Rubbish, I was.
So of course, when other people say about certain games and all that, well, it's just straight over our head. We haven't got a clue.
No.
So
it was about 25 years ago when we used to play. So
yeah, we have got a Wii, and we do. We do.
Christmas,
that's it. But that's about it. Anyway, this Wii bundle was given to us. It was actually a load of stuff
in a bag, just in a carrier bag, wasn't it?
From my mum's friend.
Yes.
So tested it, made sure everything worked, and created this bundle, and we sold it for $89.99.
And it sold really quickly. We were really shocked.
Yeah, really shocked. Yeah. So really pleased with that. And again, it's that thing of make it known to people that you're willing to accept stuff and take stuff if they're just wanting to get rid of it. And that's what happened.
Clear out. We're always happy, aren't we?
More than happy.
So I'm also moving on to something that we were given, and this is a vintage Atwood and Sawyer rare elephant brooch. And now I've learned a bit about Atwood and Sawyer. I had no idea before. This was given to us by your mum, and it was $34.99. You know what that is? That might be our bubble wrap.
Yes,
so we'll just pause it for a second. Do you want to pause it? I won't carry on.
I'll pause it. Yes, that was our bubble wrap.
We took bets on it before we started the video that would turn up right in the middle.
Right in the middle, and it did. Yeah. I'm ordering so much bubble wrap. It's crazy.
I know.
Anyway,
was it?
I got no idea. I did that.
We did the Wii. Must be Wii next then. No, we were talking about the brooch, weren't we?
That's right.
Your mum's brooch.
Yeah.
So the elephant brooch, very unusual. It was free, and we sold it for $34.99.
Yeah, so that's fantastic, isn't it?
It was great. Yeah, you learn a bit as you're doing things as well. So it's all good.
All good. So I've got a vintage wicker umbrella stand, and this is one of the rare things. We got it from a charity shop.
We did get it from a charity. I was very excited.
Yeah. Paid £5 for this, and you don't see this sort of thing very often. This is one that's weighted on the bottom.
And it had the drip tray in it as well. So
you know those punch bags that you punch and it just does this and it comes straight back up again. It was a bit like that. You push it over and it just went back up again.
It was heavy, wasn't it?
But anyway, yeah. So it's quite nice. £5 we paid, and $49.99 is what it sold for. Which
and it sold again really quick as well. In a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
So dead chuffed, weren't we? Because when we popped into that charity shop just on the off chance, we were going somewhere else, weren't we? We'll just have a quick nosy.
Yeah.
We were very lucky.
It's good to have a quick nosy. If you're round by a charity shop, go and have a quick nosy. You never know what you're going to find.
I made up my own saying there.
Quick nosy.
Well, I'm also going to talk about a charity shop find. I think we were out with the parents. A vintage tapestry needlepoint. I did it about in the shop, but I eventually got it for £3.50. I didn't know whether to get it. Does that sort of thing sell? It's vintage. Would it sell? Took a chance, and it sold for £35.
Yeah.
I think we bought two. The other one hasn't sold yet. So
yes, yeah.
But that one did, £35. So we're chuffed, weren't we?
Very chuffed. I was looking at the same one again then. 2 lots of
Alice, that is.
Framed prints.
Yeah, so we had 2 bundles. We had 2 sets of 3, and someone bought both together.
Right.
That's the gist of that.
Okay, cool. So a total price of £7.92 is what we allocate to that from auction, and £71.98 that it sold for.
And because we do free postage and they went together, we saved on the postage as well.
We did.
It was a good day.
Win-win.
Good day. So I'm going to take you through something that we've had on the shelf for quite some time. We've got it way, way back in an auction lot, but sometimes you just don't know what to do with something. And this is a White Star Line RMS, I'm going to say Homeric, don't really know how you say that, engraved cup. Now, it came apart, and that was, I think, one of the reasons why I didn't list it for such a long time. Then we got a little bit desperate for stock when the rain started. I'm like, just pick anything. I'm going to tackle this today. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So it only cost 50p, and it sold for $41.96.
I know.
Didn't I look a silly Billy? It's been on the shelf for so long.
Yeah.
£41.96. We could have had that earlier if I'd have pulled my finger out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just put stuff back and go, I'll tackle that later. No, do it now.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. Yeah. IKEA. What's that?
I think it's Agen.
Yeah, a wicker rattan child's chair. We got this from a boot sale, and we paid £5 for it, and it sold for $29.99.
This is what I mentioned earlier about how you just gone back to the car. You come back. Oh, Han, I bought 2 chairs.
Okay, back to the car again.
I won't say what you said.
Yeah, probably a little bit blue. No, the thing is with the boot sale we were at is it's the car's a lot closer, so you don't mind going back. Obviously, if you're right at the end of the boot sale, then it's a bit more of a pain. But because it's the start of the boot sale, it's all right going to and from. Yeah. But with Bridge Mary, even at the start, it's a long walk to get back.
And this was back in the summer when we weren't sort of trying to lose weight. We were just having a whale of a time. And I bought you those sugar donuts, didn't I, as a little treat for your lifting.
Thanks. Quite cheap, aren't I, really?
I'm giving away all our secrets now.
Yeah, give me a sugar donut, I'll do anything.
Anyway, the last item on our list is something we bought from our Wednesday car boot sale. We didn't do many of them, and they weren't that successful. But we did buy this item. It's a Leo Bonacera gloved hand vase. Now, this was in a box of what I'd call miniature teapots. And they were very cheap. They ended up being 38p each. I said to Paul, look, we're going to do well. These are so rare, these teapots. We started out really high. We've still got all the teapots.
We've still got them all.
But this gloved hand vase was in the box, and it sold. It's the only thing that has sold from that box, £35.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with
it's
profit.
a lesson, isn't it? It's a lesson that you focus on something in a box, but it turns out that's not is what we're going to sell.
Yeah.
It's the other thing that sells and you get good money for.
Yeah.
So
well, there you go. I mean, it's tricky,
isn't it? You can't
it is, but those teapots are quite rare. That's the thing. And but yeah,
perhaps we're just a bit pricey and we need to. Well, I've been chipping away at them, but we wanted to show you. I think we've covered 20 items here.
Yeah, that's it.
But I have got a little disclaimer here, because what we haven't shown you is all the low value items that have sold. Well, that's boring. We're not going to go through those, are we?
We're not. And this is the thing. Yes, it's all right having some what we call like bread and butter stuff that ticks over and things like that. But you've just got to make sure you've really not got too much of it, because if you're doing single items that are too low value, it takes up too much of your time, which in turn, you're not really getting enough profit for the amount of time you've invested into it. So you've just got to be a little bit careful on that. Yeah. And we've been very guilty at a boot sale, everything 20p. Oh, let's have it. Let's have it. Boots. And then you think, no, that's the wrong thing to do. You've got to be strong, and you've got to, have a good mixture of high value and low value. Because you never know, someone who's buying the low value may even look at your store or anything like that and think there's something that's they're interested in there. And
sort of still buy some 50p items, but with me, for example, if I'm buying wicker and it's 50p, if it's not going up for over £20, I'm going to bundle it with some other 50p items, so it makes it over £20. We're trying to get away from these £10 listings, aren't we?
We are, yes.
£20 and over, and we have been doing that quite a bit in the last few months.
Yeah.
Which sort of meant we have got some higher value sales. We started in January, and it took us till September to get to that £20. So it has been a bit of a long process.
It has. So it's not a quick way at all. If you do decide to change things about a bit, then it does take time. You have to appreciate that, unless you've got another income where you can dramatically get rid of all that and just.
But we have been learning about things like pictures, learning about prints and pictures and things like that. We've been branching out into more of that sort of thing. We've also recently joined Vinteria. We've got a couple hundred items, I think, on Vinteria.
Yeah. We have
a lot of our store. It is that style.
It's that style of stock, and they were happy to take us, weren't they?
Yeah, and we also joined Vinted Pro recently. Oh my goodness me! What a few weeks it's been in the reselling world. The
Vinted Pro. Oh my God!
The roller coaster of anger, and then overjoyed, followed by anger and then frustration.
Frustration at the moment, I must say. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know.
We've mainly been putting toys and clothes on Vinted Pro. We have sold
things, and we are selling things.
But they don't make it easy, do they, with some of the contact?
No, the contact is very limited and frustrating because you don't get the answers you need, and I think sometimes the people that are contacting you don't really know much about the business. I mean, or don't
send a screenshot.
Sure. Well, no.
What's that going to do? That's not going to answer our questions.
No. You've got all of the information there. But anyway, this is the thing with Vinted. I mean, it's you cope with it, you deal with it because it's cheap. There's no fees.
We're trying to get our eggs in different baskets. We don't want them all in the eBay basket. We've been selling a few things on Facebook Marketplace. So that standard lamp, didn't we, back in the summer?
We did, yes. That was nice. Yeah.
So it's trying to get income streams from all over the place. That's the plan, isn't it?
Yes.
It has taken up a fair amount of our time, which is why we've not been making so many videos, but we are hoping to bring you more videos. We just bought some more stuff at an auction, haven't we? So
we have, not oodles, but we bought some more.
And this, these sales here, they don't show you the amount of time we spent cleaning pigeon poo off a table and things like that. But so we're just giving you a bit of a cross section of some of our best or favourite sales.
Favourite sales, yeah. I mean, this is
everything.
This is what we're aiming for. This is, you know what I mean. Eventually, it'd be nice to Get some more
of this sort of thing, don't we?
Higher value stuff. You don't mind spending a little bit of time on cleaning. You don't mind spending a little bit more time on wrapping, because you know there's profit there to actually cover your time. Do you know what I mean? Whereas some of these lower value items, I've had lower value items I've been wrapping that are quite fragile, that have taken me quite a long time and and you think, well, there's not really any profit there.
No, that's it. And I think that's the way we're sort of going at the moment. We're really focusing on the quality of the product, aren't we, that we're trying to sell.
Yeah.
And trying to get rid of some of our low value stuff, trying to put some of it on Vinted and see how we get on, really.
That's it.
But that's sort of what we've been doing. We've really missed chatting to everyone, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Comments and everything. We hope your summer was lovely and you've had a nice time.
Let us know what you've been doing in the comments. Let us know if you've done anything interesting. We haven't.
No, we've just been working. We had a couple of days off in August, didn't we? And put a couple of videos out on the other channel, up the Breaking Free of Paul and Marie channel.
Yes, if you haven't seen that, pop over. We'll put a link in the description.
We've really been gearing up for Q4, trying to list as much as possible. We don't want any backlog. We're trying to we get it, we list it. We get it, we list it. That's
what we're trying to
mantra,
do,
isn't it?
As you know from previous videos, we've had a serious amount of backlog in the past, and we don't want to get to that stage again.
Yeah, and we're still, keeping our practices going. We don't have any stock in the house. It's just in our office and the garage.
Our office and garage. That's it.
We're trying to set ourselves good habits as the year's been going through. So we've been really sort of honing in on refining how we do things, really.
That's it.
That's sort of us, isn't it?
It is.
So we hope you're all doing well. We wish you all well. We're hoping to see you all again soon. And we hope you've enjoyed seeing some of the sort of things we've been selling. Yeah.
Please do give us a thumbs up again and consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. There is a percentage. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but it's probably about half of you.
You don't want to miss this sort of quality video.
That are not subscribed. Why not? But anyway, we're going to leave you now.
We're going to leave you now because it's coffee time.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you again soon.